Good afternoon, and welcome to the finals of the 2023 Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. This year, we have 7 schools from Okaloosa County going head-to-head in a double elimination tournament format. These standout students will be displaying their knowledge of math, science, history, fine arts and literature, pop culture, and more to determine our tournament champion for 2023. I'm your host and moderator, Stella Verswyvelt. Lisa Nall will be our timekeeper and scorekeeper, while Nathan Cook and Terry Wade will serve as our chief judges and make the final decisions on all things official. Mr. Cook is a test pilot school graduate flight test engineer with degrees in physics, education, engineering, and analytics. He is a California native and has lived in Okaloosa County for almost 10 years. Mr. Terry Wade is a native of Niceville, Florida, and graduated from Niceville High School and also received a Bachelor's of Science in Electrical Engineering at the University of Alabama. He has a 31-year career primarily designing fielded radio frequency and digital products. He works on Eglin Air Force Base at the J-Primes, an RF anechoic chamber for aircraft electronic warfare testing. His current design is a cognitive electronic warfare receiver. Today's teams are from Collegiate High School and Niceville High School. This is a double elimination tournament. A team must have 2 losses to be eliminated. If Collegiate wins this match, they will be the tournament champions. If Niceville wins, there will be an additional match between these 2 teams since Collegiate has only 1 loss. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our Okaloosa schools, and we'll be back shortly to introduce our team members and our coaches. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and introduce our coaches and our teams for today's match. From Niceville High School, our coach is Justin Reichert and our team is
Kira Tupper, Jr.
Kendall Small, Senior.
Vivian Price, Senior.
Nick Ford, Senior.
And from Collegiate High School, our coach is Courtney Kahn and our team is
Caitlin Rojas, Senior.
Zachary Freeman, Senior.
Brandon Whitney, Senior.
Jackson Brazil, Senior.
Okay, now we'll move on to toss-up question number 1. The subject is miscellaneous. First and last name needed. In this woman's September 2022 Vogue magazine profile, she said she hates to use the word retirement, but after 23 Grand Slam titles, her daughter Olympia wants a little sister.
Serena Williams.
That is correct. Your bonus is in math. Pencil and paper ready. Ryan and Zach are playing blackjack with a standard deck of 52 cards. The object is to get 21 without going over, and all face cards count 10. Ryan has a 4 and a king, while Zach has an 8 and a queen. As a fraction in lowest terms, give the probability that with his next card, part A, Ryan will get exactly 21.
So I need 7, so that would be 4 out of what?
4 out of 15.
Remaining 48
4
cards.
out of, 48.
So 1/12.
112. 112.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Part B, Zach will get exactly 21 if Ryan did not.
So that would only be 47 cards, and he'd need a 3, which there should still be 4 of them, right? So 4 out of 47?
4 out of 47.
That is also correct. Toss-up question number 2 is in history. After his tactical manual, Infantry Attacks, was published, he was placed in charge of Hitler's personal guard. After leading the German defense against D-Day, he was forced to commit suicide for alleged
Erwin Rommel.
That is correct. Your bonus is in science. Pencils and paper ready. 1 mole of carbon disulfide undergoes combustion by being added to oxygen gas and heat. The result is carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, giving the equation CS sub 2 plus XO sub 2 gives CO sub 2 plus YSO sub 2. Part A. Give the values of both X and Y, noting which is which.
Wouldn't this be 2 for X and Y?
Well, oxygen would have to be at least 3 to have it to where it balances. And then sulfur, I think it would be 2.
X
Yeah, 2.
equals 3, Y equals 2.
That is correct. Part B. If sulfur's atomic mass is 32, how many grams of sulfur dioxide should be created from each mole of carbon disulfide?
Any idea?
Was this big?
6.
No, the answer is 128 grams. Toss-up number 3 is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Give the area of a rectangle whose perimeter is 70 inches if the short sides are 11 inches shorter than the long sides. Okay, the answer was 276 square inches. Toss-up number 4 is in science. This term was first created in 1972 to describe the primary producer in an ecosystem that provides the most biomass for the system and most influences its structure.
Keystone species.
No, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Niceville. This term was first created in 1972 to describe the primary producer in an ecosystem that provides the most biomass for the system and most influences its structure without being affected by food webs. Examples of this term include the kelp in a kelp forest. Give this adjective for any species considered the base of an ecosystem, just as concrete is considered the base of most houses and buildings.
Primary?
No, the word was foundation species. Toss-up number 5 is in social studies. He asked the Lord to create a 3-year drought in hopes of getting ancient Israel to repent, which they did, but only after a contest between God and the idol god Baal, during which God caused fire from heaven to burn up a soaking wet sacrifice. Name this Old Testament prophet who went to heaven in a chariot of fire and...
Ezekiel.
Nope, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Niceville. He asked the Lord to create a 3-year drought in hopes of getting ancient Israel to repent, which they did, but only after a contest between God and the idol god Baal, during which God caused fire from heaven to burn up a soaking wet sacrifice. Name this Old Testament prophet who went to heaven in a chariot of fire and who was still invited to attend the Passover meal in many Jewish homes.
Isaiah.
That is incorrect. It was Elijah. Toss-up number 6 is in fine arts. Like pencils, this art medium, beloved by Edgar Degas, comes in soft and hard sticks.
Pastels.
That is correct. Your bonus, Niceville, is miscellaneous. Identify these movie characters played by Audrey Hepburn. Part A. She played this character when Sean Connery played Robin Hood.
Defer to Vivian.
Maid Marian.
That is correct. Part B. She played this character in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Princess Caroline? No, that's her cat. I don't know.
Jeez. Tiffany.
Tiffany.
No, Holly Golightly. Makes me feel super old that nobody knew that answer. Okay, toss-up number 7 is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Give the two values of x between 0 and 2 pi radians for which cosine x equals 1 over the square root of 2.
Collegiate?
pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4?
That is incorrect.
Pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4.
That is correct. Your bonus, Niceville, is in language arts. Identify these words that came to English from American Indian language. Part A. This 6-letter word from Eastern Indians refers to a multi-day cultural celebration or an important meeting.
Congregation, festival.
I mean,
Conference.
Powwow.
oh.
Part B. A long wooden flat-bottomed sled.
A toboggan.
Oh, yeah.
Toboggan.
That is correct. Toss-up number 8 is in social sciences. Landmarks in this state include the Bighorn Medicine Wheel, the Fort Bridger State Historic Site, the National Elk Refuge, and the Oregon Trail Historic Byway. Identify this western state that is also home to the South Pass City Historic Site, the town of Jackson Hole, and the...
Wyoming.
That is correct. Your bonus, Collegiate, is in math. A line is drawn between the points 2, 4, and 9, 25. Part A. Give the term starting with I for the process of figuring out the y value for any x value on the line between 2 and 9.
Integration.
No, that's completely different. I don't know though.
Any idea? Integration.
That is incorrect. It's interpolation. Part B. Pencils and paper ready. Use interpolation to find the value of y when x is 6.
X plus 1. 19? Or wait, was it 6? Yeah. 19.
19.
No, it is 16. Okay, toss-up number 9 is in science. This chemical that may be light yellow at room temperature is created by volcanoes and forest fires.
Sulfur.
Nope, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Collegiate. This chemical that may be light yellow at room temperature is created by volcanoes and forest fires. First isolated by Michael Faraday, this hydrocarbon can also be made by adding hydrogen gas to toluene. Used in paint and furniture wax and found in tobacco smoke, what aromatic compound with chemical formula C6H6 has a molecule found by Friedrich Kekulé to be shaped like a ring?
Benzene.
Yes, that is correct. Your bonus, Collegiate, is in history. Answer these about the history of Korea. Part A. In the 1600s, Korea was invaded twice by this Chinese dynasty that succeeded the Ming.
Maybe
The Qing.
The Qing. The Qing.
Yes, that is correct. Part B. The current armistice stopping the Korean War was signed in 1953 in this Korean village.
Seoul.
Wait, where did they do the Olympics? Pyongyang.
Sochi.
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 No, it's Panmunjom. All right, that is the end of the first half. We'll be back with the score after these messages. Welcome back. We have a halftime score of Niceville 35, Collegiate 70. Collegiate has 2 substitutes and now they will introduce themselves.
Jacomar, Jr. Aiden Black, Senior.
All right, now we'll move on to toss-up question number 10, which is in language arts. An emollient is a substance like lanolin or mineral oil that is designed to soften your skin. Spell emollient.
Time.
Whatever.
It's too late.
It was emollient. Toss-up number 11 is in math. Pencils and paper ready. In lowest terms, give the product of 7y over 24 and 12 over 49y. Niceville.
1 over 14.
That is correct. Your bonus is in social sciences. Identify these constitutional amendments. Part A, it gives suspected criminals the right to a speedy and public trial.
6, yeah.
6.
That is correct. Part B, it gave black men the right to vote.
15. I think it's 15.
Yeah, it's 15. It's 15.
15?
Yes, that is also correct. Toss-up number 12 is in history. After John C. Calhoun resigned as vice president, this man was nominated vice president at the first ever Democrat National Convention in 1832. Name this.
Martin Van Buren.
That is correct. Your bonus is in miscellaneous. Name these musicians who appeared in the 1978 movie The Last Waltz, considered one of the best rock concert films of all time. Part A, he has played both with his backup band Crazy Horse and as the fourth member of Crosby, Stills and Nash.
I'll defer to Jake.
Young.
Yes, that is correct, Neil Young. Part B, this British guitarist nicknamed Slowhand is the only person in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times as a solo act with the Yardbirds and with Cream.
I'm not sure.
Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr.
That is incorrect. It's Eric Clapton. Toss-up number 13 is in literature. This author has created the characters Jake Brigance and Theodore Boone, as well as a short story collection called Ford County that is set in a fictional county in Mississippi. Identify this author whose legal thriller novels include the 2022 novel The Boys from Biloxi, as well as past novels The Rainmaker, The Runaway Jury, and The Pelican Brief.
Patterson.
That is incorrect. It's John Grisham. This organization, with nearly 200 members, has headquarters in the Turtle Bay area of New York City. First used by Franklin Roosevelt to describe the Allies of World War II, the organization, known by this term, began operations in 1945, 4 months after the organization was set up at a conference in San Francisco. Antonio Guterres of Portugal is the current Secretary General of what group?
United Nations.
That is correct. Your bonus is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Y varies indirectly with X and Z. Part A, find the proportionality constant K if Y is 200, X is 2, and Z is 3.
Do we have any idea how to do this? 4.
That is incorrect. The answer was 1,200. Part B, for K equals 1,200, find Y when X is 3 and Z is 4.
At least go with the big number this time.
The answer was 100. Okay. Moving on to toss-up question number 14. The subject is social sciences. This company was begun by college students unhappy that they couldn't send money through their mobile phones. This company that now allows people at a restaurant to pay only their part of the check without a transaction fee has been criticized for the lack of privacy in its transactions. Name this company now owned by PayPal.
Venmo.
That is correct. Your bonus is in math. Pencils and paper ready. A right triangle has a base of 12, a height of 35, and a hypotenuse of 37. As fractions, proper or not, give these ratios for angle x, which is between the base and the hypotenuse. Part A, secant x.
That would be 37 over 12.
No, yeah, you're right.
37 over 12?
That is correct. Part B, cotangent x.
Cotangents.
That's
So 12 over
35,
35.
35 over 12.
No, it's x over y
Oh, you're
for
right.
cotangent.
12 over 35?
That is also correct. Toss-up 15 is in literature. After returning to live in his native Ireland, this author still visited England at times and wrote his satires, A Tale of a Tub and The Battle of the Books there. Name this author of the early 18th century whose most famous character travels into several remote nations of the world.
Wild?
No, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Niceville. After returning to live in his native Ireland, this author still visited England at times and wrote his satires, A Tale of a Tub and The Battle of the Books there. Name this author of the early 18th century whose most famous character travels into several remote nations of the world, first a surgeon and then a captain of several ships, is named Lemuel Gulliver.
James Joyce?
No.
Jonathan
The
Swift.
answer
You're
is
right.
Jonathan Swift. Okay, moving on. Toss-up number 16 is a miscellaneous subject. Variations of this exercise that develops leg strength include wide leg sumo and Bulgarian split. Niceville.
A squat.
Yes, that is correct. Your bonus is in science. Answer these from physical science. Part A. Humans can hear sounds up to a frequency of about 20 kilohertz. Frequencies higher than that are referred to by this term.
Maybe ultrasonic.
See this line?
Ultrasonic?
That is incorrect. It's ultrasound. Part B. This is the 5-letter Indonesian word for a volcanic mud flow.
It's not called Oh, could be. I would think just magma. I mean, there's not much we can do.
Magma?
That is incorrect. The answer is lahar. Toss-up number 17 is in history. As a teenager, this man became a Manichaean before converting to Christianity in the late 300s AD. Famed for saying, "Grant me chastity, but not yet." What saint who served as a bishop in Hippo in North Africa wrote more than 50 works, including Confessions and The City of God?
St. Augustine?
Yes, that is correct. Your bonus is in literature. One of this play's main characters is the gentleman caller. Part A. Name this Tennessee Williams play about Amanda and her children, Tom and Laura.
Is that like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof?
Or a streetcar? Yeah, a streetcar named Desire?
That is incorrect. It's the Glass Menagerie. Part B. This is the gentleman's caller's first name. The family hopes he might marry Laura until they learn he's already engaged.
Any idea?
Jim.
Harry.
Harry.
No, the answer is Jim O'Connor.
I was a guess.
That was a guess. It would have been a good guess. All right, toss-up number 18 is in science. Encyclopedia Britannica uses this term to describe any muscle in the body that decreases the angle between bones on two sides of a joint. Thus, the carpi radialis muscle that flexes the wrist is described by this word, as well as the hallucis longus muscle that bends your big toe. Give this 6-letter word considered the...
Tendon.
Nope, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Collegiate. Encyclopedia Britannica uses this term to describe any muscle in the body that decreases the angle between bones on two sides of a joint. Thus, the carpi radialis muscle that flexes the wrist is described by this word, as well as the hallucis longus muscle that bends your big toe. Give this 6-letter word considered the opposite of extensor in physiology.
Contractor?
No, the word is flexor muscle.
That's the match.
Okay, that is the end of the match. We'll be back in a few minutes to announce the final score.
I chose to come to Collegiate High School because you get free college and your high school diploma at the same time, and that's the best opportunity for any high school student.
I wanted to grow as an individual, and so I decided to move here to not be grouped into these different categories that you find in like traditional high schools.
I came to Collegiate because I wanted to get used to college work and just being in a college environment before I actually move on to a bigger university.
The thing that makes Collegiate High different from other schools in Okaloosa County is that we're a small school. Students that attend the Collegiate High School are not just a number. We know students by name because of the small school atmosphere.
So what's great about this school is that all the faculty are here to help you.
They want them to excel in their academic life and personal life.
At the other schools, I felt like I wasn't quite being challenged enough in all the fields, but here it's like, you have teachers that teach you well, and they teach you what's going to be applied in the future.
Many students think that if you go to Collegiate, you can't play sports, you can't be in music, you can't be a high school student, but I still went to homecoming. I still went to the football games, I had fun with all my friends, and Collegiate doesn't take that away from you. It adds on to your amazing personality.
In order to be successful at Collegiate High School, motivation, student motivation. You have to be academically motivated because you'll be academically challenged.
But when you go to a university, they'll see that you're dedicated and you're willing to take the course load that you'll be taking.
Let's say if you come with one thought. This thought is that you are unstoppable. Because if you come here thinking, there's going to be too much work, there will be. It's not an easy school, it's a tough school. But you're going to come, and if you come thinking that nothing will stop, you will be successful, and you will be a college student.
Okay, we have a final score of Niceville High School 100, Collegiate High School 105. That was a nail-biter. Congratulations to Collegiate High School, who is the 2023 Academic Team Tournament Champion. Thank you to all the students who participated in today's match and all the matches prior to today, and thank you for viewers to tuning in and watching this exciting event. We'd also like to thank our corporate sponsors, Microsystems Incorporated and Master Wall Incorporated. We appreciate you joining us this year for this academic tournament, and we'll see you next year. Thank you and good night.